Hello, I'm Dale Ross. Today I want to tell you something about setting up trusts and why you might do this. You may think that trusts are just about wealth and elaborate tax planning. They can be, but there are many other reasons why you might want to set up a trust. If you have come across a trust before, it may have been something that was set up in a will when someone died. But what I want to look at here are trusts which you might set up in your lifetime and some of the reasons why it might suit you. So how do you set up a trust? What you do is you have a trust deed prepared and you sign it. The deed appoints trustees you have chosen to look after the trust. You can include yourself as a trustee, as well as other family members, friends, or your solicitor if you want. You then pay cash or other assets into the trust, and the trustees will look after the funds for the beneficiaries and carry out the instructions which you have set out in the trust deed. Trusts can be used to make lifetime gifts, but why not just make the gift directly to people concerned? Well, there could be all sorts of reasons why this would not be appropriate. It could be that they are children under 16, too young to look after the funds themselves. Even if they are a bit older, their, let's say, youthful exuberance might mean it is better if the funds are looked after for them. By having the funds in a trust, the trustees can control how the money is paid out. Trusts can also be used to look after funds for elderly people with failing capacity or other vulnerable people. It could also be that you want to make a gift of money to a son or daughter, but are concerned about their matrimonial circumstances and the possibility of divorce. Or it could be that you want to make a gift to someone who may face bankruptcy issues, and you want to be sure that the funds are protected for their benefit. So there are lots of different reasons why a trust might be an appropriate way of making a gift. Trust can also allow for future uncertainties if you're making gifts to a whole group of family members. For example, you may have several young children or grandchildren, and you won't know what they'll be like when they grow up. Will they be shrewd and sensible, or perhaps frivolous with money? You may even want to cover the possibility of more grandchildren being born in future and still being covered by the gift. A trust is ideal for this situation. Often when you set up a trust, it's specifically for other members of your family, but you can also set up a trust which includes yourself as a beneficiary, even as the main beneficiary. There's usually no tax advantage in doing this, but it could still be worthwhile in certain circumstances. One situation is where you obtain a compensation payment for a personal injury claim. This could affect your entitlement to benefits now or in the future, for example if you need care in your old age. A personal injury trust can ring-fence the funds to avoid them being included in any financial assessment. Quite legally, of course. Some people are concerned about their children or grandchildren making a claim for legal rights on their estates when they die, particularly if there's been a fallout in the family. One way of defeating legal rights is to put assets into a trust in your lifetime so that they are still available for your use but can't be affected by any claims for legal rights. Finally, if you inherit a substantial sum of money or assets from someone and you are concerned about your own inheritance tax position, then you can set up a trust using a deed of variation. This means that you can still benefit from your inheritance, but you would avoid any additional inheritance tax on your own death. You can still pass assets on to your own chosen beneficiaries on your death. These are just some of the reasons why you might want to set up a trust. If you want to look into this further, contact the private client team at Blackadders.